So, how's it going, guys? Today we're going to be discussing why most times golfers tend to try to fix their slice the wrong way. And when I mean the wrong way, I mean the order in which they go about doing things. And there are two factors that we need to put into play when it comes to trying to fix our slice. That is the face and the path. Now, a lot of times, golfers try to fix their slice by trying to maneuver the path. So we have these three sticks here. This is the target line, this would be the face, and this would be the path. Most times, golfers try to fix their path first in order to stop their slice. But however, when it comes to ball flight, we know that the club face dictates where the ball starts, and the path dictates how far the ball curves. So instead of having it where we try to fix our path first, so for a slice, we know that the face will be close to the target, but open to the path, which is this red stick here. So instead, what we need to do is learn to fix the face first. Now, why is that? That's because for golfers, 99.9% of the time, that our path is very consistent. So if you're a slicer, you know that your path is very consistent. However, the thing that's not consistent is the position of the club face or the face angle. So instead, what we need to do is fix this stick here, which would be the face, and get it, say, from this side of the target line to this side. And then from there, we can address the path after that. So then, in the rest of this video, we're going to discuss how to go about doing that, and also what to do in terms of your wrist angles in order to solve for your slice and finally start hitting those draws down the middle. So, the first thing we're going to address is why we need to fix the club face before fixing our path. There's a psychological thing when it comes to our brain and reacting to hitting a ball to a target that causes us to have a path that goes out to in if we have an open club face. So I'm gonna break this down. So say for example, if I'm throwing a football, right? So I'm gonna take this golf ball and feel like I'm throwing a football. So if I have my hand in this position throwing a football, because usually when I'm throwing a football, I'm in this position. So if I had it in this position, and all I was to do, without manipulating anything, is just to rotate and try to hit it to my target, that ball will be going to the right when I throw that football. So what happens is instead, is as you're coming, our brain knows that we're trying to reach the target, but my hand position is going towards the right. So instead what we do is try to flip our hands to get to the target, right? Because that's how our brain reacts. And if you see that when it comes to this quote-unquote football, that all of a sudden my path changes of my body and this football with my hand just based on me trying to react to the target. So instead of me having this quote-unquote in and out neutral path, then all of a sudden it goes from out to in. So this way. And then from there, I would be starting the ball, throwing that football to the left instead of having it go straight down the target line. So the same thing with the golf swing. So if I had an open face coming into impact, my brain is not going to let me just hit shots to my target with this open club face because it's going to go straight to the right. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to swing over to square the face. Now with that, you can see how the path changes from, say, an in and out path to out to in, just because I'm trying to react to the target. Because if my face is open like this, and this is going to the right, my brain says, okay, we need to get this back online. So it's not going to do it the most efficient way. So instead what happens is we start our body, we try to get it square, and then that's what dictates our path going too far out to in. So instead, we need to address the face first. In the case where if I have my face more square or even closed, now I have no need to try to flip this even more because now I have it square already. Instead, with this face square, so this face being square will be about parallel to my spine. From here, all I have to do now is rotate to my target without any manipulation. And from there, I'm able to keep that more neutral path where now I'm shifting both the face and my path to the right side of this target line instead of to the left, which results in a slice. So that is the psychological reason why behind why we need to fix the club face first before we fix the path. Because obviously the thing that's on the club mainly is our hands. So we have less consistency with our hands than we do with the path that the club goes on. And even more importantly, the path of the club is going to be dictated by the club face position we have, based on where our target is. So that is the trick why we need to be fixing the club face before we fix the path. Then next, what I'll get into is the risk conditions that we need that results in a slice, but also how we can prevent that slice by setting up our risk conditions the right way to get that club face more square. So now let's get into it. Good. Yep. So how's it going, guys? In that last clip, that was one of my students using an R.G_golf resistance band in order to warm up before our lesson. And so if you've worked with me before having a lesson, you know that before doing the lesson, we warm up our bodies with a dynamic resistance band warm up. So what I have for you guys today is two things. First, I've broken down completely this dynamic warm up that I do for all my students in a 30-page ebooks, including videos, pictures, and descriptions. And as well, I also have the R.G_golf resistance band pack. And the reason why I came up with this is because a lot of times when it comes to golfers, for how long I've been playing golf, one, I found that they don't prepare their bodies well before a round. So that includes just going to the driving range to hit golf balls in order to warm up. And a lot of times they still got to hit a mulligan on the first tee. And then as well, throughout 18 holes, it takes them a while to warm up. But secondly, because not preparing our bodies well, that when getting off the golf course, that we have a lot of pain when it comes to lower back, hips, and just not feeling well after our rounds. So with that, let me show you what's in store. Here, we have the R.G_golf resistance band pack, which includes 3 of these pull-up bands, as well as these 5 mini loop bands that vary in resistance. So within this pack, you can choose the resistance of your choosing, and from there, you'll be able to complete the dynamic warm-up from the 30-page ebook. So if you want to have your body feel better before a round and make more efficient golf swings so you can shoot better scores and feel less pain when you come off, go ahead and click that link in the bio. So now we're going to get into the certain risk conditions, specifically more with the lead risk, that we need to perform in order to stop having an open club face and stop the slice. But we'll also review what you're probably currently doing that's causing the slice. So all I'm going to do here is demonstrate a few movements. And these movements from my lead hand is going to demonstrate what conditions you have with the slice. So all I'm going to do is put my wrist in this neutral position with this club. Now, what I'm going to do is hinge my club up, right? So that's another term for called radial deviation. So I'm going to hinge my club up this way, and then from here, I'm going to also extend my wrist. So this way. So then, once you look here, you can see that this club face is now open, right? And this is the open club face position we don't want. And then from here, because if we rotate without trying to manipulate, it's going to go to the right, or we're going to manipulate it and swing over the top and have that path go too far left. But then now, what I'm going to demonstrate again with this neutral wrist position is the position that you want to get into to have a square club face. So this time what I'm going to do is owner deviate my wrist. So uncock or unhinge my wrist this way, here. And then next, what I'm gonna do next is flex my lead wrist this way. Now, as you look here, now we have a more square club face. And this is the position with the lead wrist we want to get into halfway down from here to be able to rotate without manipulation and shift that club face on the right side of this target line and also that path as well to hit more of those draws and stop those slices. So again, for the slice, what you're probably currently doing is radio deviating and extending the wrist, which opens the club face, because you can see how it's not parallel to my spine. The toe is all the way up to the sky. Versus if we have it where I owner deviate and flex my wrist, that now this club face is parallel to my spine, and all I have to do is rotate through the shot without any manipulation. So next, what I'm going to do is give you a drill to do that's going to force you to make sure you have a square club face to stop those slices. So in that clip you just saw before this, what I was doing was hitting shots with my wedge with my lead arm only. Now, why is this so important in making sure that we have a more square club face and then prevent those slices? Well, in terms of controlling the club face, the lead hand controls the club face while the right hand delivers the speed of the release. So, if we're hitting lead arm only shots, that we need to make sure that this club face is square in order for the ball to go straight. Otherwise, if you have an open club face this way and you're trying to hit lead arm only shots, it's going straight to the right, or as you'll probably see, you'll see it where you have this open club face and then you try to flip it, which has that path go out to in. So I want you, at the beginning of practice, because this is what I do, before each practice, I hit 10 right and left hand only shots. 5 left hand, 5 right hand, and I'll alternate. And this warms up my hands in order to get more club face awareness for both of my hands. Specifically more focusing on the lead wrist, where I'm hitting some small straight shots to my target, like this, which helps me as I go further up in my clubs to have some more club face awareness and get the proper impact alignments to have that club face square and I hit those slices. So I want you to take this drill just before you practice at the beginning and implement it to train your wrist and your hands to get the club face square, specifically with the lead wrist only, and also make sure to prevent your slices, to fix that club face before you fix that path. So I hope you guys got some good value out of this video, and stay tuned for the next one. I hope you guys have a good day.